Hello my loves, it's been a wee while, hey, but I just wanted to jump on in my new beautiful home to share with you a little bit about the upcoming Galactic Year. So my loves, we are approaching the 26th of July, and the 26th of July is Galactic Mayan New Year, so we're moving into a whole new energy that's going to carry us from the 26th of July 2025 right through to July the 24th 2026. So a couple of things before I start. Because I've been so bloody busy, I've not really advertised that today a little container opens where we're going to be bridging the 2 years. So tomorrow we're meeting for an online ceremony at 7 p.m. UK time, which is going to be the completion of this current year of not red at all, of blue rhythmic storm. Holy shit, I'm on another planet. So blue rhythmic storm, so we're completing this energy of blue rhythmic storm together in ceremony, online, and then next week we're going to be initiating the brand new year of yellow resonant seed. So, you know me, ceremony, intention, movement, and all that jazz. So if you want to jump in that, it's 33 squids, and I'll put the link below. But you need to get on it sharpish, because yeah, I've not been under a rock. I've been incredibly busy doing really cool things for young people. So that's that bit. Then also, if you are in the UK, on the 25th of this month, which is in a few days time, I'm doing a ceremony in person, and I'm so excited because it's an exciting dance ceremony, right? And during my pilgrimage I found so much new banging music, and I got to listen to it in my car and have a little like me party in the car, but actually playing it out on a sound system at Soul Wellness Hub is going to be boss. I'm so excited to dance. And then on the 26th of July for New Year, I am part of a festival, a day festival that's happening at Soul Wellness Hub, this is in the north of England, this place. Very, very special place. And I'm going to be bringing the New Year codes there. So that's that bit, right? Now let's talk about the energies, shall we? So as I just totally fudged up, we're in this like twilight moment of the completion and beginning. So the completion of this year of the blue rhythmic storm, and the rhythmic energy I always reference as like contractions of birthing, and you know, this storm energy is intense, it is initiatory, it is, you know, the Wizard of Oz. We go from one reality to another reality. And so I think as we kind of complete this year, you know, of the blue rhythmic storm, we are completing this journey of this intense labour process, really, because the rhythmic energy is the 6th year. So it's the 6th year of our 13-year process that began in 2019 with the wizard. So the wizard is like the archetype that governs the whole 13-year process, and the wizard energy is about the transformation of the pain body to alchemize it into gold, into power, into sovereignty. And you know, again, this is something that has been really strong, you know, within the field for us all. But as we now approach this, you know, we're moving into the 7th year, we're past the central point, right? So the 6th year that we've been in is kind of crossing that threshold of the middle of our learning process. So, you know, we are really, one of the things that's been really strong this year for me has been like, yeah, a real deep shadow reveal initiation, and being able to then, you know, dive into that, but also a complete recalibration of the people that I'm connected to. You know, I've returned, you know, I've bridged so much with my family. It's been incredible. I've got these amazing birth family connections now, which is something that I always longed for but never thought was possible. But also the people that are in my inner circle have kind of returned to my soul family again. And yeah, I think there's something, this recalibration energy of the storm, I can really see it, you know, within my own life. And the other thing that's been very clear, you know, is the projection field. There's been a hell of a lot of shadow projection happening. I think we all really got to see it in the past few months particularly. So it's like everything's coming up inside of all of us, and you know, the most comfortable thing is to throw it at someone else, right? It's to demonize one another, it's to do that whole dance, but we don't have to do that. We don't have to do that. And yeah, as we kind of complete this like contraction in the middle of the process of like, where's our shadow, where are we at with our shadow, how can we bring it to light, all that jazz. And this storm of like, right, we're picking up the pace here. We're going to like put you in this chamber of massive initiation. And I've really also felt that rhythmic energy of like I say, the contractions of like, whoa, whoa, you know, I think we've all really been going through that. And then this year, on the 26th of July, in accordance with the rising of Sirius in the sky, we enter the new year, and the new year is in the energy of the yellow resonant seed. Yay! Yellow seed energy, right? I buzz off yellow seed energy because, yeah, sometimes, you know, if we look at the archetype of the seed has its hard case, but has all of the life and potential contained within it, right? And then it gets buried in the dark, has to go into the deep darkness, and then it has to break its way out of that shell to then bring that new life. But that sensation, you know, I think the whole oneness concept for me is elemental. It always has been. And I think that's because I'm an elemental kind of gal. It's my soul vibe. But that sensation, like what that, because I'm a very deeply emotional feeling person too, and I'm sat in water right now, I'll show you afterwards. But that sensation when I feel into it of like that first crack and that little shoot meeting the soil for the first time, that connection, that unity, that unification, that deliciousness, it's like, whoa, that feeling is what we have the potential to be journeying in this year. So the yellow seed energy is the new energy that is wanting to land on the planet, this Christic energy, which is the unity between human and soul. Soul being spirit, being God, being all of it. So as we journey this year, because it's the 7th year of our 13-year process, this is the moment where we are now coming into, and it's not to say that we're not going to be initiated, because we have to be initiated, right? Like the energy on the planet, with where we're at in terms of our location in the galaxy, the energetics dictate that this is an intense time, and whatever we're not looking at is going to be really brought to us. And those little lessons of like, oh, I'm not fully speaking my truth, or whatever the thing is, yeah, that's going to get stronger and stronger. And particularly, I think this is something that I really noticed this year. It's like, if we've got the little niggle and we don't listen to the little niggle, or we don't push ourselves to grow into the capacity to receive what that niggly message is and then step into it, like if we don't bring ourselves there, we will be fucking brought there. But the energy is going to be more gentle in some ways now, because we're not in that storm, thunder, boof energy. We're now in this seed energy, but the seed energy is this like, oh, we might feel like the walls are fucking closing in on us if we've not journeyed what we needed to journey this year. I guess the extreme version of the seed is that we're going to feel really encased and trapped. But then through that, that's going to be the thing that forces us, right? That's going to be the thing that forces the new. So when we're journeying, you know, we have our personal 13-year cycles and we have our collective 13-year cycles. And this collective birthday is on the 26th of July. So every 26th of July, wherever we're at within the 260 day matrix, that dictates the energy that we are then journeying as a collective, because the planetary birthday is on the 26th of July. It's really the Sirius birthday, but we won't go down that rabbit hole right now. So when we enter into that. We're entering into that as a togetherness, right? We have our individual learning journeys, we have our individual evolutionary opportunities, and they all fit together wonderfully. You know, we really see that, right? It's like our shadows match, our gifts match. It's never totally individual, because we all play different roles for one another. But when we are in this collective energy, it is also going to be something that's seen on the world stage. So because the thing that seemed to be really in my awareness of this like feeling trapped to break through, it might be that there are more restrictions that come through the system that we may experience in our everyday lives as a collective, to support us to find new ways. And this is the, you know, for me, the key to reality, which is the Christ energy code, is that it is always for evolution. It is always for growth. You know, it's never that nothing happens by chance, right? Everything is always in divine order. So how can we continuously practice that notion that Yeshua and Mary Magdalene and all of that lineage we're talking about, of like, how do we keep coming back to love? How do we keep coming back to love? How do we keep coming back to love? So no matter what the reflection is, how can we take the learning and transmute it into wisdom and awareness and love? And sometimes, you know, love can be defiance, but the defiance has to be the step toward the new seed, right? It's not just fuck you for the sake of fuck you, it's fuck you and I'm therefore going to do this, that and the other. Now the other thing with the yellow seed energy, because it is, again, it's in the collective, we're going to be seeing a lot of new, radical, magical things, particularly in terms of societal potential, community potential, bigger picture potential, you know, in terms of technology, in terms of social structure. You know, this is really the like, okay, we as a collective in the past 6, coming up 7 years, have been journeying this like transmutation of the pain body to bring gold, to bring clear consciousness, to be able to be sovereign. And now we're coming over the hump of the middle of the process and entering into this place of now we see the new. So what we're going to be beginning to experience for the first time really is the fruits of our labours. The fruits of our labours is going to be getting seeded in our collective field and inside of us, you know. And I think really taking that time, and this is why, you know, no matter how busy I am and no matter how shit I am at advertising things sometimes, this is why I always mark these events, even if I'm not able to show up, you know, and do the videos. Having that moment of like real reflection of what this year has been, you know, really feeling into like, okay, what has this blue rhythmic storm energy brought to my life? Where am I now? And bigger picture than that, since 2019 and this whole energy beginning with the wizard, where have I come in that time? And really taking that space to like, let's fucking integrate, let's press pause on the intense fucking hamster wheel that is the modern world, and just sit back and be like, okay, let's take a beat. How can I integrate what has been? What do I need to do? And sometimes it is just reflective thought, right? Sometimes it is just like, okay, from this I learned that, from that I learned that, and this is what I'm taking forward with me. But sometimes it can be more ceremonial. Sometimes we need to, and this is always my thing, we need to bring it into the fucking body. We need to move it, we need to dance it, we need to express it physically. You know, okay, we understand, but do we understand? Do we feel it? Is it in our cells? Have we consciously used this temple of our body to express and reflect and to move that energy, to release whatever we're leaving in that year and to call in whatever we are calling in? And then from there into this new energy, okay, so if this is a year of seeding, what the fuck am I seeding? And we only know what the fuck we're seeding if we've been able to reflect on what we've learned so far, you know, just smashing out these like random intentions that sound like something that we might want. If it's not in direct relation to the wisdom that we've gained through our experiences, what's the fucking point, right? We are meant to be collaborating in this evolutionary experience that we're having here, and that's the magic of, you know, what this process is, the co-creation with evolution, the co-creation with God, the co-creation with love, whatever you want to call the synchronistic evolutionary growth force. We're gonna be like, it's gonna fucking scream in our face, because the whole thing is a psychedelic trip, right? This whole reality is a psychedelic trip, and in psychedelic land, you know, we're gonna be brought the shit. It's gonna be fucking put to us. But then what we do with it is down to us, you know? You can go and have a trippy experience and be shown loads of shit, and you can fucking turn your back on it and turn it all off again. Or you can use it as a revelatory experience, but we can do that in the fucking day-to-day. This is reality, this is grand reality, this is the heaven on earth, this is the direct experience of collaboration with all that is. And it depends what, you know, do we want to become more conscious? Because a lot of the time, you know, being in that, I've had so many moments where I'm like, fuck me, I wish sometimes, and I was talking to my cousin about this a little bit, sometimes I do feel like, you know, there's moments where I'm really in the depths of shit, and it's like, fucking hell, I'd love to just be able to turn it all off. And I don't mean it fully, but you know, when you're really in the depths of struggle, because it's not, you know, in some ways things get more magical and more amazing and more connected, but because of where we're at as a collective, because of where we're at in the human story, it's not an easy path, right? To consciously choose to grow, to consciously choose is hard, and we don't get it right. But I think the other thing for me is really, you know, what I realise now is the people that we are with are key, you know? If we are in an environment of people that are wanting to grow, that are wanting to self-reflect, that are coming from heart, you know, then we're more likely to be able to embody all those things. But if we're not in those spaces, then it's going to be very difficult for us, no matter how we're feeling and where we're at, to gather the momentum to be able to follow that path, right? And the other thing that I think is just a plea from me after this previous year and everything that's been experienced for me in terms of community is like, can we just be a bit fucking kinder to each other, you know? If somebody does a shadow shit, which we all fucking do, can we, instead of being incredibly cruel in the way that we talk to one another, can we soften that shit, you know? And it's not about love and light, but also, you know, delivering truth by calling people names. That's not fucking love either, right? That's not love either. So I think, yeah, the seeds, I guess, that I feel we're bringing, it is, a lot of it is relational, right? It's like these new ways of relating, these new ways of being. And, you know, for me, I've gone through this like amazing awakening, essentially. It's like a new thing for me that I kind of discovered in the south of France, of like, wow, you know, this lineage that Mary Magdalene was bringing. She was a Christian, you know, and a Christian being, Christ consciousness, the path of Christ consciousness, you know, and Christ consciousness being this like divine human clicking together vibe, which interestingly, you know, my background was in theosophy, and you know, this whole like Blavatsky lineage that then led to Steiner and various other people. And I remember being so turned off because they were Christian, you know, they had all these like Christian influences, and I was like, oh, I don't like that shit. But now it's like, oh, now I see what you're on about. Because, you know, it is the most radical thing. If we are able to be in relationship with the divine, in like that beautiful like soul human, we are fucking one, and then operating on the human realm, we are unstoppable, right? But you can't do it without your soul. You can't do it without that awareness, You can't do it without that love. You can't do it without God. You know, I'm using the different words and concepts for the same thing. And it's almost like this feeling of like, yeah, like, you know, when we can surrender, and that's been another big part of this process for me. I think, you know, my human background created such a crazy amount of hypervigilance and over responsibility and burden, you know, feeling like fuck. And this is the thing for me that was like burst out of me through the storm years. Like, if it's too heavy for me, I can give it up. I don't have to fucking carry that. I don't have to hold that. You don't have to hold that. If it's too much, just fucking give it up. And then what that allows is this like, okay, it's too much for me. It's too much. As opposed to, it's too much and I have to fucking carry it and I have to let it. It's like, we're not. We're not able to meet the demands that the modern world that's been heavily influenced politically and otherwise by this, like, call it like the neoliberal fucking hell, neoliberal mentality, which is this like fucking go, which is really connected to, you know, the fact that we're interacting so much with robotic energy, technology. It's like, in that way, you know, when it's not in a human body, energy can move like that, but in a human body, it can't fucking do that. It can't fucking do that. And we're on this evolutionary path, which means that things hurt sometimes, and things knock the wind out of us sometimes. And this whole idea that we're meant to be becoming more like machines, it's like, no, that's not it. You know, the intention is the merge, right? The divinity merge. And then when we give it up, you know, synchronicity fucking comes in, spirit comes in. Like, when we're trying to fucking do all the things, where do the miracles get in? We've filled our field with the trying. But holy shit, there are so many miracles for us. Yesterday was Mary Magdalene's feast day. It was beautiful. And it's just wonderful witnessing how many people are connecting to her and just what she, as an energetic on the planet, what she's bringing for us at this time is phenomenal. It is so phenomenal. And it's the sovereignty code again and again and again and again, you know? And I just feel like, yeah, there's like this resurgence of which is what people have been, you know, talking about for a long time now. But this resurgence of what her and Yeshua and others, you know, were really, really bringing. It's this like super sovereign connection. And when we do that, when we're in that, everything has to recalibrate accordingly. So if you want to join for some reflection and some seed planting, the link is below to sign up for that. So get on it, you need to get on it today. If you are in the UK, in the north of the UK, and you want to come and celebrate the Day Out of Time and link in with all the people across the planet that are doing really amazing things to celebrate the Day Out of Time, where we celebrate like, yo, we're alive, we get to have this experience, you know, and that's it. Even that is like, this is mint. Come and fucking dance with me. It's gonna be mint. I've got bangers to play out. If you want to celebrate the new year in person and you're in the north of England, come to Soul Wellness Hub. I've got a big chunky workshop happening in the middle of the day. It's going to be gorgeous. But yeah, my loves, just really encouraging the reflection and the intention process every fucking day as part of the human experience. But particularly as we cross this bridge. Who knows when I'm going to post a video again? Maybe it'll be really soon. Maybe it'll be ages again. I just don't know. But yeah, I'm just in total surrender, you know. And I think because I am, you know, I've always been like service, like work, service, creating spaces, creating bridges has always been like the top priority. And sometimes, you know, it means that I'm incredibly full. But my prayer all the time is like, you know, just wherever my energy needs to be, allow it to be there, which means that I'm living more in a space of like, I don't know what's going to happen, I don't know what I'm going to be doing, I don't know. One thing I do know is that over the summer I'm going to be doing mad shit with young people. Oh my god, we've got the most amazing space for our summer provision. It's so beautiful, and again, just divinely orchestrated. It was really wonderful. So yeah, I'll put the Esteemed website below as well, and you can have a little look at what we're doing. And you know, if you want to throw us some money, that'd be amazing to help us continue our work, because what we're doing with young people, you know, is really phenomenal. The intention of that organisation, you know, when I created it, it's always been about sovereignty, and then I found the theory and the fields that support like young people's sovereignty. So we now offer these spaces where young people are not being told what to do, and we exist in response to them. And the majority of the young people that come to us have got really fucking difficult home lives. They come to us to get away. You know, they literally have said that when I've interviewed them about different things. And what we're creating is a new way, right? And then what that code does, they've got that code for the rest of their life, right? It's like they've felt what it is to be respected and liberated, and also got the practice of like what happens in community when it's not top-down hierarchy. You know, I'm not going to come and intervene if two people are wanting to do the same thing, or to, you know, figure it out yourselves, guys. Obviously, if it gets to a certain place, then there is intervention that has to happen. But what those codes create, you know, that is the good shit. That is the good shit. And, you know, I'm just witnessing so much fucking healing, because this is the other thing, right? And this is the beauty of life and the beauty of evolution. When we are just present with what's happening, when we are just playing our way through reality, this is what the whole play therapy field is about. We are detangling naturally our experiences. But what happens in the modern world is that we organise everything. It's like, then I have my therapy session, then I'm doing that, 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 and I have to dig to do the thing. But actually, and this is why I love dance so much, when you just fucking take it all out, we know what we need to do. And these young people that I work with are like the ultimate reflection of that, because we just give them space. And then together, they're unravelling crazy experiences that they've had. They're reconnecting to the depths, they're discovering the depths, because they've finally got the space where it's like, oh my god, nobody's telling me what to do. And sometimes that freaks them out at first. They're like, well, what am I meant to do? What are we going to do? Are you not going to fucking entertain me? It's like, no, actually, what do you want to do? Oh, I love going off on a tangent, don't I? So yeah, my loves, happy new Galactic Year for in a couple of days' time. Have a wonderful bridge across the years, and yeah, my website's still not updated with all the cool shit that I'm doing, so if you want me, find me on the socials. I am officially Rebecca Marie again, which feels marvellous. And yeah, big ups, big love, and catch you soon.